First 2-hour episode of Raw in 12 years. Hear me out. I like the flow of the show. I like the way we jump from segment to segment. The show was decent with matches like Sheamus vs Pete Dunne, promising matchups like the Intercontinental Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship. But people, even though I was very positive about professional wrestling lately, I'm sorry if this is not what you're looking for, but I was very excited about a 2-hour episode of Raw. And if that's how we're gonna watch professional wrestling right now, I just can't. I honestly wouldn't watch weekly WWE television if that's how you spend watching the majority of the match. And I'm not even gonna pretend that I was really paying attention to this. Who's watching wrestling like that? I know it's not necessarily new, but on this show, the amount of commercials we got in general was absolutely unbelievable. And then you gotta watch it during half of the match sometimes. Weekly WWE television, in theory, is already a commercial for a WWE Premium Live event. This felt like scrolling a shady site on the internet without an ad blocker. I know it's not necessarily new, but on this show it was aggressive. Before somebody says, well, the great when they gotta make money. That's how professional wrestling works. Why it didn't have to in the past? This was on a whole different level. It's like we got the same amount of ads, more probably, and they squeezed those ads into a 2-hour long format. So before anyone says, well, the great one, it has to be that way. Well, why wasn't it that big of an issue in the past? And my only hope is that once WWE moves to Netflix, this ain't gonna happen. And I believe that's the case. I could be wrong, but I hope so. And people, here's a question for you in the comments below. Did you like the 2-hour format? I'm genuinely curious about that, so let me know in the comments below. So welcome back to Greatness of Raw, everybody. I'm questioning decisions like this. I am yet to find a single person who's excited about Sexy Red being in the WWE. Who asked for this? I'm searching for that one person who's literally excited. But then we got a good CM Punk promo. It almost felt like he's teasing a retirement, which I found sad. But he's taking a break from professional wrestling. He thanked the fans, even the haters, because they made him a lot of money. And now he's taking a break to spend some time with his wife and his dog, Larry, the most famous dog in the world. Now, here's the thing, people. We all know why he's actually leaving the WWE. Sure, he's banged up, you could tell, but CM Punk has a very strong opinion about WWE going to Saudi Arabia, so he probably told Triple H, I ain't doing that. Sorry, I ain't doing that. He got interrupted by Seth Rollins, and that is your WrestleMania match right here. A match we were supposed to get at WrestleMania 40. So, very excited about that. So I'm watching this and I'm like, I like the way this show is flowing, right? Then Seth Rollins called out Bronson Reed, name a time and the place, and we're gonna fight. I love what they're doing with Bronson Reed. From just somebody on the roster, he's literally one of my favorite acts on Monday Night Raw. And from listening to some of the interviews, he's a great dude. I wish him nothing but success. Seth Rollins got interrupted by Jay, and he didn't quite like that. It seems like Seth Rollins might be turning heel in the near future. We'll see. But I like this, right? I'm like, okay, the show is flowing. We're seeing a lot of shit happening. They got the point across very, very quickly without the show dragging, without the filler. I'm like, I love the 2-hour format, and I still do. But my problem is this match right here, Xavier vs Jey Uso. I like what I'm watching, but the match was like, what, 5 minutes long, and the majority of it was with picture-in-picture, and if you actually did pay attention, Xavier was doing some cool-ass shit, but you couldn't tell, because nobody's paying attention to that shit. So the match continues, super kick splash, obviously Jey Uso retains the championship, and Xavier Woods doesn't agree to shake hands. We have some problems right here. That's where I started to feel like, okay, not so sure about 2 hours anymore. That's not how you watch professional wrestling. This is the internet without an ad blocker. Some hot chicks in the area want to meet you. I don't like when wrestling fans are making excuses for WWE. Oh, they need to make money. Well, at this point, they're sacrificing your entertainment. A bunch of commercials and commercials during the actual match while you're watching the match. You gotta find the middle ground, brother. You can't be doing this. But Braun Breaker attacks Jey Uso. He's not a heel. He fooled all of us. Honestly, I got worked. Is that a shoot or a work, brother? I'm not gonna complain. I feel like he should be a heel anyway. He might not even be a heel. He's a tweener. The only thing I don't like is the fact that they teased Gunther versus Braun Breaker, and I kinda wish we got that match. Good old-fashioned Donnybrook match, absolutely cooked. I loved this. This was a pay-per-view level match in my opinion. If we ignore all the picture-in-picture crap, this was actually really, really good. And Sheamus, every time I see him in the ring, I expect a banger, and he always delivers. Whiskey barrels and all that crap in the ring, and what a spot, man. Come on. Sheamus' hands got tied and he still managed to win the match. I like this. A lot of times, matches like these are goofy as hell. Like I've said, pumpkin. Oh, it's Halloween, so we gotta have pumpkin. Super kick. Oh my god, not the pumpkin! Turns out you can't do this shit right. Is Pete Dunne buried like a lot of people are saying? I don't think so, man. Come on. He's in a rivalry against Sheamus, an absolute legend of this business, and he's getting a lot of TV time, a lot of exposure. Can't complain. I'm not in the Judgment Day. He doesn't know the Miz actually turned on him on purpose. Miz is not listening. He said he did it for himself, not Karrion Kross, and he's gonna have a match against R-Truth. I actually like Karrion Kross when he's by himself, and especially in backstage segments. I don't know what it is about the dude, but once we see him in the actual arena, right, in the ring, it just doesn't hit the same, but he's slowly growing on me. I see the vision. Sammy wanted to talk about what happened between Cody and Kevin Owens. Cody says, let's not focus on that. I just hope you win this match and we have a champion versus champion match at Crown Jewel. This is very interesting. You know, this could literally lead to Sami Zayn helping Cody at Survivor Series and not necessarily Roman. So we finally know they can actually make it make sense. I completely forgot that Cody and Sami are friends in the WWE. But it's also a very interesting scenario because Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are buds. So, we'll see. Raquel Rodriguez is like a bodyguard, but they didn't answer the question whether she's a part of the Judgment Day, and they left the arena. So far, it looks a little out of place. Obviously, she is going to be a part of the Judgment Day. We'll see what happens with that. It's great for Raquel's career, that's for sure. This is what I'm talking about, man. 10 women tag team match. What are we doing at this point? That's the problem. The 2-hour format is not the problem. It's the way WWE did this. And I know why. People are gonna complain. Not enough women, not enough matches, not enough this, not enough that. Oh, come on. And then we're gonna call Triple H a bunch of names, accuse him of being this and that and that. I get it. That's the internet right now. But at this point, just don't pay attention to any of it. You know, just don't pay attention. You could simply use some of these women, men, whatever. I'm just talking in general. I'm focusing on this match because that's where they did it. You could use some women on this episode of Raw, some women on the next episode of Raw. We don't need to see everybody every single week. Of course, the babyface team won. I just didn't understand this decision. WWE did a great job by making us believe Sami actually has a chance of winning the World Heavyweight Championship. So we got the match, and the match would be great, people. This probably should have been on the premium live event instead of Finn Balor versus Damian Priest, or maybe Nia Jax versus Bayley. I don't know. The match is awesome, but again, the picture-in-picture absolutely ruins it for me. People, we got that twice during the match. And I could be wrong, I think we also got a commercial. Obviously, Gunther retains the championship, meets Cody, champion versus champion, tease at Crown Jewel. So look, the 2-hour format is not the problem. It's the way WWE did it. I would rather see legit commercials than pretend that I'm watching a match with this picture-in-picture crap, right? In general, though, do I wish 3 hours to return? Not necessarily. I kinda like the flow of the show. I like the fact that we don't get so much filler, so much irrelevant shit that nobody actually cares about and just pretends that they do, right? Because we gotta use everybody on the show. We don't. The draft is coming, right? Someday. On the other hand, with how Triple H made the 3-hour format work, even though it may drag sometimes, and most likely WWE is going back 3 hours, we'll see. The most interesting thing about this, how this is going to work on Netflix. I don't know the format. But thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.